Hello guys, Nato Ace here, and this is gonna be my thoughts on, believe it or not, WrestleMania 33. Yes, WrestleMania once again came and go, but this time I'm not gonna be like in WrestleMania 30, which I took like multiple parts to talk about each match. It'll be really short because I know in WrestleMania I think 31, I did give my thoughts about it. Oh, not yeah, 31. I think 32, but it wasn't really that long, maybe like 15 minutes. So for this one, it's gonna be sort of 15 to 30 minutes, but it's not gonna be that long. I'm just gonna give out the match that what interests me because I can't remember what all the matches were. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm gonna give my thoughts on WrestleMania 33, and also the response to the Backlash battle because in their latest episode 163 or 164, I can't really remember. I do apologize. They talk about WrestleMania 33. But before that, I just want to give a response to Assassin's Creed from Up Up Down Down. I gotta give him props that he was managed to do was one of the segments he does. It's called the Superstar Save Point, which basically he just interview a WWE superstar. Yeah, and just be himself. He's just doing an interview. There's no character behind it. It's just them laid back, just being themselves. That's why, to some extent, it is interesting what Up Up Down Down is. Is it related to WWE? Not even close. It's just Assassin's Creed, who works at WWE, likes video game, and he shares his love of video game, and that's really it. That's all it is. So to some extent, it doesn't have nothing to do with WWE, but yeah, WWE does kind of like do a cross promotion because believe it or not, up down down that's gonna help some fan get into WWE because of the fans. Believe it or not, that's what it is. But he reached he reached 1 million subscribers, which is congratulations as a screen and up down down. And every time he reached like a milestone of subscribers, he'll have like a legendary guest. I think for 500,000 was Jericho. So in the 1 million subscriber, he basically had a arrangement to do a superstar save point with Stephanie McMahon. So I was like, wow, I didn't know. Wow, that's again props. Even with Stephanie McMahon, believe it or not, even so, she's a heel on the show. She explains it. She's a heel. Remember, WWE is wrestling entertainment. There's a story. It's not like Olympic wrestling. Different story. So gotta give props for both of them. Respect for Stephanie to actually giving her time to basically see like her true self, basically getting reintroduced to video game. They were playing Street of Rage and she was actually good, so props to Stephanie for taking the time. So thumbs up for me. So now, this is going to be also a response to the Backlash battle on WrestleMania and WWE in general. So again, once again, for people who don't know what's WrestleMania, think of it as Super Bowl for wrestling fans, for WWE fans. It's the Super Bowl of WWE. Every April, they'll have these big matches, and they have to showcase their performance to make it really good because you're paying a lot. Well, you're not really paying a lot of money because they don't do pay-per-views anymore. Now it's just on the WWE network. Not a bad price for $10, when unless you're an uber WWE fan. Yeah, so there's that, but that's a different story. So there was a kickoff match. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch it because I totally forgot. Because I was waiting until a certain time, like 4 o'clock, to start WrestleMania. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot there was a kickoff. And they had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Baron Corbin versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Champion. Didn't really see that. I heard they said it was good. And then Neville versus Austin Creed. Yeah, or not Austin Creed. Austin Aries. Yeah, the guy used to be in TNA World Champion. He's like a cruiserweight in WWE. Again, I heard it was a good match. Kind of missed it. So some of the match I'm going to probably give my thoughts on what I think about him. Now, it's not going to be long, but I'll try my best. The one I can think of, the first thing they start with, AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, for what there was some story behind it. I don't know, because I did kind of slow watching SmackDown and Raw, because, Legend of Zelda. But the match itself was pretty good. It was actually they actually did some moves. Kind of sad that AJ won, or well, sort of, because I know when he wrestled against Jericho, they made him lose, which I don't get it. But it's not really win or lose that you wrestle in WrestleMania, and you saw finally his dream came true. He wrestled in WrestleMania. Shane McMahon. So he went against Shane McMahon. I just don't get why Shane McMahon likes to wrestle, but hey, whatever. That's his prerogative. Some good match. So the one I can think of next that was good, actually, believe it or not, the both female wrestling match. No, they're not divas anymore. They're WWE women wrestlers. Women, not diva. So I mean, makes more sense in my opinion. It was a four-way for the SmackDown side and the Raw. All I can say is pretty good matches. It's actually a lot better than what it used to be in my opinion. Nothing personal. Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, Charlotte. They did the performance pretty good. Same goes with Becky Lynch, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and Natalia. Same deal. So that's pretty awesome there. So then we go to what else? Oh, and then of course the John Cena, Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice. I just say the story's gonna, I don't know, but it is sort of interesting a bit because at least finally WWE is acknowledging, hey, look, John Cena and Nikki Bella are a couple. They've been a couple in the past, believe it or not. You watch them in Total Divas and their spin-off Total Bellas. You see John Cena and Daniel Bryan. And yeah, believe it or not, John Cena and Nikki Bella's been going on for a long time. They never got married. I have no idea. They're trying to integrate that to wrestling. I hope it's a good idea. I don't know. But the good idea was that they finally, like, the WWE is acknowledging it. So that's at least a good idea. Because after the match, John Cena proposed to Nikki Bella again. Maybe a real thing, maybe not. I don't know. And for people who don't know that The Miz is actually married to Maurice. Yes. I mean, if you're an Uber WWE fan, you kind of know this thing. So I kind of knew it. A new friend of mine was telling me about it. And later on, even Assassin's Creed did mention it in some of his videos. But again, at least Nikki Bella, John Cena, congrats finally, I mean, they look good together. I know there was some rocky relation from what I heard. I read it on Variety, Entertainment News, But again, it's okay. So, and then another one is the U.S. champ, Kevin Owens versus Jericho. Yeah, it's a good match. Expected. Owen was supposed to win, and if you don't know why, there have been reports that, excuse me, that Jericho was gonna take a leave because he's gonna basically have to start doing story again. He's part of Fozzy. That's what Jericho is. So kind of makes sense. Remember, he's sort of a part-time. When he's there, WWE gets interesting. So I can say that. So that's a good match there. Like overall, 33 actually was good. Even the last match, I'll explain it later. Alright, so we're gonna think about Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. It was basically the supernatural wrestling battle for the SmackDown belt or the World belt. First of all, congrats to Bray Wyatt. I think he deserves it. A lot of those wrestlers, I believe, in my opinion, kind of sort of like earn it. So again, Bray Wyatt also. Maybe Sasuke Harris. It's pretty good. The only thing, like, I agree with Alex and Anthony said, the thing that really made it weird was the screen on the ring suddenly has, like, a projection of maggots and bugs. Like, really? I don't get it. But again, like Anthony said, there is always going to be that supernatural, i.e. The Undertaker, Papa Shango, Kane. Again, it's entertainment. That's the whole thing. So, that one then, I guess I have to talk about this one, is for the Universal Belt, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. So, of course, I've been talking about this before, Goldberg's coming back. So I'm going to go here a bit of a side story of how this all started. Okay, it started first because of 2K17. Normally they have this pre-order bonuses. They always do that. And usually it's a legend. If I remember 2K15, 2K15 was Sting, basically finally Sting in the WWE. I can remember 2K16. I think it was either Austin. No, it's not Austin. No, Austin's in the game. I think it was someone, but I just can't remember. I do apologize. But 2K17 was Goldberg. He was basically, they called himself the WWE 2K legend character. Basically, the pre-order. Maybe, maybe Kirk Angle next year. Who knows? It's like it promotes the game. Remember, you gotta understand, it's also a business. So 2K, basically the new owner for the WWE game, they gotta make business relationship with WWE. So they said, well, Goldberg's a legend. There you go. So in order to promote the game, they made a deal with Goldberg to go back to WWE for one match. That was supposed to be it. I mean, there was some other story they didn't want to do. It was one match at Survivor Series, and they chose Brock Lesnar because that's what people wanted, because, it's like Lubu and Honda. And basically, what's supposed to be the story was that they do refer to WrestleMania 20. And of course, everybody talk about this, that in Survivor Series 2016, Goldberg was supposed to lose to Brock Lesnar, becoming 1-1. And that the third and final match should be in WrestleMania to be who's the best dominant one. But apparently a lot of changes happened, and from what I heard, Brock Lesnar basically proposed to WWE to let Goldberg win because there was a lot of hype about Goldberg. Hype equals money. See, Brock Lesnar actually thinks about, hey, it's good for business. So he proposed that, and they said, and from there, maybe they'll make a new story, like another match. I mean, they're trying to make deals, remember. They planned this long time ago. It's not just, from the get-go. And of course, Goldberg won 1 minute and 20 seconds. It is a squash, because you have to understand about Goldberg. He may be a wrestler, but, I'm a Goldberg fan, just like Anthony. I like the guy. He's too green still. He doesn't have any background wrestling. When WCW were looking for potential big guys, they saw Goldberg. Goldberg accepted it, and they tried to train him. Even Regal tried to train him, but yeah, I mean, I like Goldberg, but yeah, Brock Lesnar has more moves. I'm sorry to say, but beside the point. So anyway, it was supposed to be from one match to one title match. So of course, in Fastlane, he went with Kevin Owens. Same deal has to be squashed, because you have to understand Goldberg. He doesn't have a lot of stamina. Just look at Batista. Bring him back to WWE as a wrestler. Oh my God, even Batista's having a hard time. Again, it was all about the money. They're making deals. It's business. Sometimes it sucks. It is what it is. So, again, it's quick. So, let's move forward to WrestleMania 33, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. And this is supposed to be Goldberg's last match. Because after this, his contract is done, and it's up to him whether he wants to be back or not. And the story was, as expected, he's supposed to lose. Because, Vince McMahon's one of the rules is, you cannot leave a company as a champion. So, you have to basically, publicly, you have to say, I lost a match. So, even so that it was actually good, they actually did more moves, pretty awesome. It lasted, I think, 3 minutes, but as expected, Goldberg has to lose. Because again, he was going to leave. For 3 minutes, it was actually good. Yes, it was suplex, jackhammer, spear, and Brock Lesnar he had like 2 spears. And the one cool part I have to give props to Brock Lesnar, Goldberg was going to do like another spear, and Brock Lesnar jumped. That was awesome. Like they were I guess they were practicing doing that for a big guy. He was able to lead. And the thing about people don't understand Brock Lesnar, even as a big guy, believe it or not, the guy has moves. He's sort of a technical wrestler to some extent. He does have moves, believe it or not. Heck, against Kirk Angle in WrestleMania, he decided to do a shooting star. He broke his neck doing it just to impress the fans. But the guy has moves. Why is he not doing it anymore? Well, they're getting old, and he's a part-timer. He doesn't want to break his body. If you ever wonder why WrestleMania 20 was boring, because they made an agreement not to go all out because they don't want to hurt their body. Goldberg was gonna quit or retire. Brock Lesnar was gonna go to a different career, taking a break from wrestling. That's when he went to the UFC, and believe it or not, from what I heard, it was actually good. So there you go. So yeah, he may be Suplex City, but thanks to Paul Heyman's promotion, because the guy is really smart. The guy has moves, believe it or not. If he really wanted to, he can do more moves. But again, he has his gimmick that I'm just a suplex machine. F5 suplex, F5 suplex. And because Paul Heyman, genius as a promoter, he basically made that good. So props. But the match was actually good. I didn't really feel bad. I knew Goldberg was going to lose because his contract was up. And if you want to know what happened to the epilogue or the aftermath, there was an exclusive. I think you can watch it on YouTube, maybe in the WWE Network. Goldberg did address it, and he just said, "Yes, I am done. Am I going to go back? Maybe." But, I mean, who knows? Maybe there'll be a new storyline. One last time, who's really the biggest guy, Goldberg or Lesnar? Not with the belt. Because with the belt, they have to do it because, you can't leave as a champion. All right. So from there is the last one I'm probably going to talk about. I think if I miss, the tag team, good match. Hardy Boys are back. Sadly, the Hardy Boys are not broken, so no Vanguard won. And I don't think Matt Hardy can delete people. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go Broken Matt on YouTube or Google. It was one of the most interesting yet corny gimmick that Matt had, and it was actually interesting to watch. It was entertaining. Even Podcast's Jericho did an interview with Broken Matt, and Jericho was like, he was like, okay, yeah, but it was entertaining. They're talking about Vanguard One, and Vanguard One is his pet drone. Again, different story. So if you notice, if you see some people say when Matt Hardy's there or the Hardy Boys, they can say delete, delete, delete. That's what Broken Matt's gimmick is. Unfortunately, from what I heard, rumor has it that WWE couldn't really take the broken gimmick, like didn't really want it, they're not interested. I don't know, maybe not. That'd be funny. I don't know if it's gonna work in WWE, but there you go, that's what it is. So, congrats. The Hardy Boys are back. They're the Raw Championship, but whatever. So the last one is Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. So how did it even start was from Royal Rumble, which Roman Reigns eliminated The Undertaker. So basically the match was actually good to some extent. It was good. But seeing The Undertaker or Mark Calloway, because, even so, he loves wrestling and he is good at it. His body, let's just say, because he's over 50. He's getting there like Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. So he's always tired. His time is probably low. I mean, that's always been his deal. Like, to some extent, that you gotta give props to Roman Reigns. He's trying to pull his weight, just to make it look good. But yeah, I mean, you gotta give that props. But the reason I mention that, because the end of the match, guess who won? Roman Reigns. Why did I say that? Because just like John Cena, a lot of the super fans of WWE don't like Roman Reigns. Why is that? From what I heard, because Vince McMahon has an interested market for Roman Reigns. He wants him to be like sort of like one of the front page of WWE or a poster boy, just like John Cena, aka because of money. From what I heard, kids do like Roman Reigns. I don't know. And of course, you can understand that Roman Reigns is also his, I think, either cousin or a nephew to The Rock. They are brothers. Or not brothers, but they're cousins. They're related. That's what I'm saying. Excuse me. But a lot of people just don't like Roman Reigns because the guy just doesn't read WWE real star like Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles or Bray Wyatt. It's more like, oh, look, he's a big guy and kids like them because John Cena's a big gay and they like him. So there you go. But him beating The Undertaker and ending his career, and again, he did not end his career. It was an arrangement because that's supposed to be Undertaker's last match. Yet he didn't really mention it. Basically, after the match, what he did was he took off his glove, his coat, and his hat, and he just basically said, "Yeah, I'm done." So, because of that, all suddenly now the WWE fans, the super fans, not the common fans, not the kids, now deem sadly Roman Reigns as the most hated wrestler in WWE. Do I like the? Am I a fan of Roman Reigns? No. Ask what they do. So here's something I wanna explain a bit. I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. There's two types of what liking a person: what they do and as a person. I don't hate them as a person because I never met the person in real life. What they do for public, for their job, whatever, that's a different story. I just don't agree what Roman Reigns is. Again, that's two different things. As a person, all these people don't hate him. You gotta understand that. If you do, either you met this guy and you did something and they did something, whatever, but bottom line is a lot of these people hate of what the character is, not the person. So I just want to put it out there. So Monday Night Raw, basically, he just came in. People just keep booing him, keep telling him to get out of WWE. To some extent, even they keep telling him to be delete. So there you go. But that's what WrestleMania 36. It's actually good this time. Overall, I gotta give it a 7 out of 10 because it was good, but there are some parts like it needs more improvements. Like I say. So now I want to give this a little bit of extra here. Like, what's his new storyline going to be after WrestleMania? So Brock Lesnar now is the Universal Champion. Apparently, the new sort of storyline is Brock Lesnar's calling out Roman Reigns. Why? Because they're the only two people who defeated The Undertaker. So who's the bigger dog in the yard? That's the thesis there. And then there it is. And apparently a third element, character in the storyline is Braun Strowman. So again, three big guys. Maybe it's a triple threat match. Who knows? And then again, remember, and also, Kurt Angle was inducted to the Hall of Fame. And guess what? He's now the new GM for Raw. And for you don't know what's happening is why the reason. First of all, story-wise, Stephanie supposedly got injured because of the table in WrestleMania. That's why I also forgot. Triple H and Seth Rollins. I'm going to say it's a good match. Intro, it's always over the top with Triple H. I don't know, but whatever. I guess it's a day that he can be a kid. But of course, props to Stephanie basically being a part of the storyline. Supposedly she got hurt because of the table. Mick Foley was supposed to be fired because he couldn't do his job, but in reality for both of them is they're taking a break. Well, Stephanie's taking a break. Mick Foley, he even said via in his Facebook that he needed to do a hip replacement. He needed surgery. He needed the rest, so he can't really do his job. So who's the next guy that's suitable? Kurt Angle. I agree with that because Kurt Angle was a GM at one point for the SmackDown, and long story, but I'll give a gist of it. What happened was a lot of backstage happening. It was originally from what I heard, was Paul Heyman was the GM. This is when Brock Lesnar basically wasn't really wrestling anymore, or I can't remember. But Paul Heyman was basically the GM of SmackDown. But the story with him was that they caught him doing something that they didn't really want to. They didn't agree with what he did, and they had to fire the guy. So in the last minute, they needed someone. Kurt Angle just volunteered to be a GM after that because, hey, at the same time, he had like a neck. I think he couldn't really clear the wrestle yet because of his neck injury. So they gave him the spot for GM. So there you go. So once again, for the second and for Raw, he's the GM. Is he gonna wrestle? I kind of doubt it. If you've seen him in TNA, after a while he stopped wrestling in TNA. I think to some extent he's kind of like retired. I don't think, maybe one or two matches probably, but according to him, going back to the ring probably not really likely. But for him as a GM, it's a good one. So like I said, everything I said about Kurt Angle, it could be a story with Kurt Angle, Braun, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, maybe a triple threat. And maybe there's a surprise. Goldberg maybe one more match. Who knows? But again, who knows what the story is? You just have to wait and see. It's always been an interesting storyline after WrestleMania. There you go. So like I said, I give it a 7 out of 10 for the match. I think they're good this time. So with that, thanks for listening.